Hello, Tone Stakes here with Panini America. We're here with our special guest, Gary Lee Cavagnaro, who was a member of the Bad News Bears, the original film, as the catcher, also known as Mike Engelberg. So thank you very much for coming. We really appreciate you coming out.
My pleasure.
We're here doing a signing with Gary for one of our special inserts for the 2013 Golden Age edition. We were able to do the licensing with Paramount's pictures for the Bad News Bears logos and the imagery, and then we were able to get a couple of the individuals, some of the key members of the team, as part of our set. We'll kind of run through a couple of them, but if you can kind of, what do you think of that? How about that card, huh?
I had hair back there. I'll tell you, had a lot of hair back then.
All right. That's from the team photo shoot that they did, where they had everybody together. Makes it look just like a Little League photo shoot.
Yeah, just a quick story about this. When I got out there, they had us trying on the uniforms, and mine was the only one that really would not fit in real life. And so they told the wardrobe person to go order a new uniform, and then Michael Ritchie, the director, said, no, it actually fits in the character. Let's leave it unbuttoned. So I was the only one that was sloppy with it unbuttoned. And the thing was probably a size medium, and I was 5 foot tall, 205 pounds back then, so medium was not in my vocabulary.
Yeah, let's go through a couple of these other characters that we have that we've created cards of. We created 6 cards in this set for Golden Age. The next one I'd like to bring up is actual name David Stambaugh. He was a character name of Toby Whitewood. Toby was the first baseman / third baseman on the Bad News Bears. So what do you remember about David?
Actually, David was from New Jersey. He and his mother and sister were out there with us.
Okay.
We all actually lived in the same apartment complex out in the valley.
Okay.
So I knew David and his family very well. David has subsequently become, I get it wrong by religion here, but either a minister or a preacher. I'm not sure which it ends up being. But his father passed away fairly soon after Bad News Bears, I think, and he dedicated his life to that, and very happy. And David was he should have been from California, because if you look at this card, I mean, he's a California kid, blonde, blue eyes, good-looking kid.
What about David Pollock, Rudy Stein? Here's the card we've created of him. This is the signature side of it, so there will be a common card included. Rudy Stein was the relief pitcher. Also played left field in the movie.
David was actually, I want to say, a couple of years older than all of us. Mm-hmm. And of course, the ages varied from David, who I think was 14, all the way down to Jaime, who I think was 8 at the time. So I mean, we had a pretty good spread of ages, right. But we all got along really well. David is the one I've actually had the most to do with since Bad News Bears was over. In fact, we've done a couple of promotional things together. I mentioned to you, right. We were both actually minor league players for the Brockton Rocks. We were drafted by the Brockton Rocks and signed the contracts and played for 1 inning of 1 game for a charity benefit about 7 or 8 years ago. But David, like I said, he was older than most of us. He actually had a guardian. All the rest of us had our mother. He had a guardian who was a surfer guy from California. Nice. And we were all in awe of this guy, because he was talking about all his surfing exploits. But
did you get out there and try and surf while you're out?
No. I was round. Round people don't surf.
Yeah.
So.
The next guy we got here is Erin Blunt. Character was Ahmad Abdul Rahim. He was the right fielder, the big fan of Hank Aaron. What's some take on Aaron?
Again, Aaron was out there with his mother. Actually, Aaron's from California.
Oh, okay.
But he was out with his mother and his sister at the set. And Aaron was probably, from an athletic standpoint, the most athletic of all of us. It was kind of hard for him to play down to the level he was supposed to play. All the rest of us did naturally, but Aaron, it's like, I really got to throw the ball that way. Aaron went on to act for a while afterwards. He's now a DJ in LA.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you knew that.
No, I did not.
He's a disc jockey, and just a great guy. I mean, he really was. I mean, he was almost his character.
Two of the two of the, kind of the mainstays of the movie. We got Jackie Earle Haley. Character was Kelly Leak. Center fielder. Rode the Harley Davidson. Was a little... Move my finger? Oh, sorry. Still learning how to hold cards here. What's your take on Kelly? Or Jackie, sorry.
Jackie again, he had a movie come out right when we started filming called Day of the Locust.
Okay.
Where he in the end of the movie gets trampled by Donald Sutherland. So we all went out. I remember one of the things we did was we all went to see this movie, and at the end of it, we're like, "Did it hurt?" I mean, Donald Sutherland's stomping on him, but Jackie again. He was a seasoned actor at the time. He'd been in Courtship of Eddie's father.
Right.
He had also had a long-standing role in a kids show called Sigmund and the Sea Monsters.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, and actually, the guy who played his brother in Sigmund and the Sea Monster did the stunt riding when he crashed into the fence.
Oh, wow.
So
interesting.
Yeah, so he was big time. We were all fairly new to the game, but Jackie was big time. He'd been in a couple he and Alfred Lutter were the two that had been in several major motion pictures before.
Now, something like that, where there are some kids that have a little more experience, since you guys are all kind of roughly the same age group, do they take you aside and go, "Hey, Gary, here's how we could maybe do that role, maybe it works a little better"? Was there that, or was it still kind of like, "You're a kid, I'm a kid"?
Right, we were just kids. I mean, it was amazing how well we all got along together.
Huh.
Because you think about it, there were some egos involved because there were some kids who, hey, they were pros and we were a bunch of amateurs. There were varying age groups from 8 to 14.
Okay. Which still isn't that big of a gap, though. I mean, 8 to 14. I mean, maturity-wise, yes, but age-wise,
right.
Really,
But it was really amazing how well we all got along together. I mean, I don't remember ever having any discord between. Now, we would band together and try to make the adults miserable. but those of us, all of us kids, I mean, we got along great.
Mm-hmm. Now, the last one we got here that's part of the set is Tatum O'Neal. Is that better? Nice. So Tatum was Amanda Wurlitzer, the pitcher, the daughter of Mr. Buttermaker's ex-girlfriend in the movie.
Again, a little trivia here. Initially, the way the part was written, she was the daughter. Actually, I guess she was the daughter of
his ex-girlfriend, right, in the movie?
Yeah, I guess it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was written differently. I think she was the little sister of his ex-girlfriend originally.
I see.
As opposed to the daughter. And when they cast Walter to be Buttermaker, obviously he was significantly older than the character in the original book. They changed it around a little bit. But Tatum came out, and we didn't know. Tatum and Walter were not cast. We were all at Paramount Studios doing run-throughs before either Tatum or Walter were cast. And this was supposed to be just a little gimmicky movie that they were good. Somebody at Paramount owed Burt Lancaster a favor, and this was his son's first attempt as screenwriter.
Wow.
And so this was not supposed to be a big movie.
Right.
It ended up being a big movie when they cast Walter and Tatum because they looked at their lineup and said, "Hey, we've got nothing else this year. Let's go ahead and make a push on this movie and put some firepower in it." But originally, this was supposed to be maybe a Class C movie.
Wow, that's interesting.
And so the fact that it turned out to be as big as it was, which back then it was like $2.5–3 million to film, which was huge money back then. I mean, you can't do a commercial for that now, let alone a major motion picture.
It must have been all those special effects that were.
Yeah, right. It was the ginger ale and the beer bottles.
That's right.
That's about as much of a special effect as we had. Interestingly enough, on the last day of filming of the last scene there, they filmed it two ways. They filmed us winning and us losing. I don't know if anybody ever told you that.
No.
And we didn't know as actors how it was going to end until they actually released the movie.
Oh, wow.
So
the first time you saw it when you did the screening of it at some point?
We did the SMU Film Festival, which was the world premiere of it.
So you still didn't know?
We didn't know. I didn't know until the very end of the movie if we were winning or losing.
Phenomenal. Oh.
So,
and it was probably because they wanted that celebration. Afterwards, even when they showed you guys lost and you guys still
well,
had a
if you
big
think
celebration.
about it, up until this time, it's fairly common now, but up until this time, all movies like this, all sports movies like this, always ended with the underdog coming back and winning.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the message was perseverance. What was the term? Persistence and perseverance is omnipotent. You're going to be rewarded for all this hard work.
All the hard work.
Michael Ritchie was a little bit different. He wanted to show, and this is what he explained at the SMU Film Festival. He says, it would have been very easy to have us win, but he wanted to show that in real life, you don't always win. No matter how hard you work, no matter how much you deserve it, you just don't always win.
But there are lessons you can still take away from it.
And that's what he was trying to show in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was right. I think it sparked a whole new genre of films. I mean, you look at the Mighty Ducks, that's Bad News Bears on ice skates. Mm-hmm. You look at Sandlot, that's Bad News Bears in Sandlot baseball as opposed to organized Little League.
Right.
What was it? There was one where Keanu Reeves got put on probation and had to do it. Right. That was just a remake of that. It sparked a whole new genre, but really it was the only one where we didn't win.
So what was your take on Walter Matthau? What was your relationship with him?
Walter, I said it. Unfortunately, when Walter passed away, I did a lot of interviews, and I told people at the time that next to my father, he's probably the finest man I've ever known, and he really is, or really was. Walter, he had a son my age, Charlie, who was in the movie. He was the athletic who came up and asked Tanner something to the effect, does he go to the bathroom for you too, Tanner, and got chased off. Right. Tall, lanky kid. Walter saw early on that I was a little bit, being so much bigger than all the other kids, being overweight. He kind of took me under his wing, as did the people that he brought on the set. He took me. I got the biggest thrill of my life going to lunch at Love's Barbecue with Walter and Jack Lemmon. Jack Lemmon's Rolls Royce.
Wow, even better.
Yeah.
So, showing up in style.
Yeah, I mean, and they were just so nice and such wonderful people. That whole generation of actors. Burt Lancaster came out to the set. John Wayne came out to the set. And as kids, we got to meet these people that were our TV idols, and they were just genuinely good, nice people. They were not. I mean, you see some of the actors today, how haughty and arrogant they are. These people were just. They felt like they were just normal people who were in the right place at the right time, and they were just wonderful to us children. Right. They really were. And Walter personified that. I mean, he was just the most genuine, nice person. I got married at age 23, so that would have been, 12 years after the movie film. Had a wonderful card from him, a wedding gift. Wow. He sent Christmas cards every year. And somebody like him, you got to think of the number of people that he acted in movies with. Mm-hmm. And he kept up with everybody. He was just a genuine person.
Well, I truly appreciate the time. Thanks for coming in. I think this card will be a great collector piece for a bunch of our fans, people that come by, and even Bad News Bears fans that didn't are waiting for this card to come out, waiting for these sets to come out. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for the time.
My pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gary.
Thank you.